Check you got another debutant this weekend, Eto Nabuli inside.
Yeah, I think there's been a hot contest for the wing spots throughout. I think even I'd say as they've got together and started training against each other, it's got even hotter, that contest. And I just think Eto's done a lot. He's had a good season and he's done a lot of good things since he's been in training. He's been very physical and he's been working hard. So I thought it was a good opportunity to give him a reward.
What was it that gave him the edge over the others?
I just think he's had that little bit more edge, to be honest. You know, during the week, during the 2 weeks we've been together, he's really knuckled down on his knowledge. He's been very enthusiastic as well. Some big, strong running, and I think he's merited the opportunity. Also throughout the season, I think his improvement from last year to this year has been excellent, and I suppose that's a good form guide when someone's improving.
Bit of a step up now, the Scots, aren't they? Was the Fiji the good tune-up for you guys?
Well, look, I wouldn't call it a tune-up per se, but yeah, definitely. You know, the Scottish are going to bring much more of a, I suppose, a threat in some of the more traditional areas as well. And they've also got new things they're doing too. They've got a new coach on board this year. So, look, we know exactly how difficult the game's going to be, but I think for us, it's more about just coming back down to where we started at the very first get-together, like before the Fiji game, recalibrate the things that are important to us that we need to work on here in June in particular, and just go harder at those same things.
You ran the ball a lot against Fiji. Can that same game plan stick up against a higher quality opponent?
Well, that's our strategy. That's the way we play footy, and we'd like to. I actually thought we probably kicked it a little bit too much against them, you know what I mean? The one or two that we probably didn't need to. So, look, you've always got to be mindful, you know, of what the situation in the game is. But with the players we have, I suppose it's more logical that you would run than you would chase.
Michael, the last two games against Scotland were two classics. I wouldn't imagine good for your heart as a coach. What's your recollection of the two games, the World Cup game and the one in November?
Mate, I think that's all the good part of the theatre, you know what I mean? I know that it's easy to say in retrospect always, but you know, it's almost like you know now for some reason with the two teams that it's going to be that type of game. Even if you go further back, you know, for a half dozen games now in the recent history where it's been like that. And we've got two matches against Scotland this year, one here, and then we finish our November tour up there. So I think it's becoming a nice rivalry, and we're looking forward to it, yeah.
And having Scotland lost the last two games by a single point, you would imagine that they're going to be seriously fired up to try and turn the tide again.
Mate, you'd be disappointed if they weren't fired up. It's a test match, you know what I mean? Whether they'd lost the last game by a point or they'd won the last game by 10, you know, that's the nature of the beast now. It's all the games are close and at test level, and you'd be fired up no matter what, you know. So we're looking forward to that, to them coming out, you know. Sorry, mate.
Where do you see Carmichael Hunt now? His role going forward?
Oh, mate, nothing different to what I saw last week. We're not trying to be smart, Alec, you know, like just get in there, hold the defensive role nicely, be physical, be aggressive. I think he'll be a bit more to the pace of it this week. You can already see training in this week, he almost felt like he's got a little bit more presence there because, of course, he would get a lot of self-belief from getting through that game, you know, and he's still got things he's got to work on, but I think he'll just grow in that position. He's obviously senior, maybe not in caps, but definitely in experience. So he's also a good go-to person for some of the younger lads.
So is it a bit story? How thankful are you to Andrew Johns and Brad Fittler?
Well, I think the guy seems to have made his own way, you know. So he got that opportunity. He took that opportunity in the 13-man game, and then he made his own decision to come play the 15-man game. And look, you could do worse from getting those blokes go out talent scouting for you. They've obviously got the nose for good talent. So, but I would say that his improvement from last year to this year with the Reds has been outstanding, and I just think he will have the ability to step up again another level.
This week, do you feel
Cheika got the start ahead of Stephen Moore. Can you talk us through that?
Yeah, again, I thought he did enough last week to warrant his selection in the team. I think he's not probably maybe used to starting as many games for the Australian team as he probably should have. He's just had some strong competition there over the last few years, and his set-piece work has been excellent. He's got good physicality in the game, and I've actually quite enjoyed Stephen working in the other role as well as leading the team for the finishers and getting that sorted out. I think it's good experience for him as well, and the team's got a nice balance about it that way for the moment, and I think he deserved another opportunity to go again, Taff.
Is this about picking your number one hooker in the country, or is it more just finding that combination between your subs and
No, I think it's, for now, I'll be picking the guy who's number one there, you know, like he's getting selected for what he's done on Super Rugby so far this year. And then we see how we get in and combine in training. But, you know, you've got those guys, and then you've got, you know, Kepu and CEO, Toby Smith and Maury there in the finishing roundup there, opportunities to finish the game for us, and that's where the game's going to be decided this week. So, you know, we'll have some good experience coming from there.
Pressure's on now,
isn't it?
Can't miss on the weekend.
It's uncanny, the resemblance. So, yeah, no, it looks a spitting image.
In all honesty, that could come down to a last-minute kick, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I think our past encounters against Scotland have always been really close and come down to the 80th minute. So that's what we're preparing for. You know, they're a side who come out here and play with a lot of passion, and I'm sure we expect a really close encounter on Saturday.
You going to keep your cool?
Well, the pressure's on now, isn't it? I sort of have to. No, I think, you know, you come down, that's your job as a kicker in the team is to try and make those kicks at the end, and if I have to, I'll give it my best shot.
Bernard, the kick in the World Cup, where does that rate in terms of your whole career?
Yeah, it's up there. It's definitely up there. I think it was a pretty special moment, you know, in terms of just the whole experience in that game. I think, you know, we had every bit of emotion that you could feel. We had it. I thought we were sort of easily on top, but you know, in the 75th minute we were down, on the scoreboard. So we knew we had to fight our way back, and we're going to have one opportunity, and we were lucky enough to get that, and we're lucky enough to capitalise.
You've played in two kind of epic matches against the Scots now, haven't you? I mean, what are your memories of them?
Yeah, that's all I can expect, isn't it? That's all I know against the Scots. You know, they're a class outfit who come out, and they come out prepared, and you know, they play a style that really suits them, and especially now with their new coach, Gregor Townsend, I'm sure we can expect a lot of flair and a lot of excitement in the style that they want to play. And you know, every time I've played them, it's been a battle that's been fought all the way to the death. So I'm sure that's what we can expect coming against Saturday.
In the short lead up you guys had to the series to only have, I guess, one change to the 15 and to be able to have similar faces?
Yeah, I think continuity is key, you know, especially throughout these one-off tests when there isn't that much preparation time. You know, we were in straight into the Fiji week, and then same again here into Scotland. And you know, I think they're a formidable opponent that we have to keep combinations and keep them growing to get the result.
What have you made of Charlie Slaven?
Yeah, he's a big presence, isn't he? You know, I think he really got his mojo for the Reds this year. He scored a number of tries. You know, he's a great finisher, and he's a big guy. So we'll hopefully utilise him and get the best out of him on Saturday, because he's someone who can be a match winner for us.
Obviously, competition's very hot on the wings. What do you make of the new guy?
Yeah, Eto's done really well all season. He's been dangerous out on the edge for the Reds, and he's really proved himself in camp. So hopefully we can get him some ball in space and see what he can do.
It'll keep you on your toes as well?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've got so many talented outside backs, and there's so much competition in training. It's good to push each other and get the best out of each other.
Bit of a step up now, isn't it, Scots?
Yeah, definitely. They're a very good team. Obviously, been climbing the rankings, and they're playing an exciting brand of footy. And obviously, we like to play that attacking style too. So it should be a hell of a game on the weekend.
What do you think it is about Scotland that makes it so close and has for the last 4 or 5 years?
I don't know. I think both teams are both very competitive, and the last couple of games have always gone really close. And we've been lucky enough to get over the top, and so they'll be looking for revenge come this weekend, I'm sure.
Does it give you any extra confidence knowing that you have generally prevailed in those last few minutes when you needed to?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely gives us some confidence. Like we've seen with the ice sculpture, the Iceman, cool, calm at the end. So if it comes down to it, I'm sure he'll perform and we'll walk away with it.
What's your take on the ice sculpture?
Like I said, I'm not sure if he's paid for that to be done or not, but he's yeah, it's pretty good. They've done well.
It looks a lot like him, doesn't it?
Exactly like him.
Thanks, mate. Good on you.
Awesome. Thanks, James.
Cheers.
Easy.